Hi guys, Charles Bosa again. Welcome back to the Kampala Design Podcast. Today I have a very interesting topic. It actually came as a result of a conversation I had a few days back with a friend who saw my LinkedIn profile and was wondering why I was always talking about UX design, something that has proven over time that is slowly penetrating in the Ugandan market. So we had a very long conversation, and I tried to make my arguments, of course, but at some point it hit me. A lot of people, including prospective designers that want to enter into our industry, tend to think that UX design should be associated with only tech startups, all established tech companies. I used to hold the same view until one time I realized that for digital transformation to happen, UX design must be around in these processes. And guess what has to be digitized? It's traditional industries. So we are talking construction, we are talking government, we are talking savings groups. So I decided to work out something that today I'm going to share with you. And these are the different sectors. Obviously, there are more, but these are the ones that I decided to talk about today. And some of the things that can be done by designers in these companies. So let's get into it. The first one is the health sector. As you know, we have quite a number of processes in our health sector that are still being done the traditional way. You'll go to a government facility and there will be a certain book within which you're supposed to feed in your information, which information I think someone at the ministry, at the ministerial level, will later on feed into a system in order for the ministry to keep a few records about you, and probably later on do some bit of statistics in the health sector. But by having UX designers come in and put up or design experiences through which people at the facility level can use to input this information, it becomes a little bit easier and also cheaper on the ministerial side. And with that, we are able to solve around two problems at the same time. The other sector that I looked at is the utilities companies. Here we are talking national water, we are talking the electricity distribution companies. Well, I think you know the bills that you usually pay at the end of the month. But a number of these companies have made some strides in terms of how a person can pay their bills at the end of the month or any time when their bills are due. And I think most of these advancements have come in as a result of mobile money penetrating the market quickly, because most of these inventions are tied to mobile money, which is a good thing. But there are still quite a lot of processes that these utilities companies can use the help of UX designers to improve. Some of them could be customer care. How quickly can a customer reach out in case they have any queries? There are certain queries that may not necessarily require someone on the other hand, but rather information fed into the system such that whoever is in the field can get an alert and they work out a solution in case it requires some field person there. There are also things related to registration. You would find if someone was to apply to have electricity put into their home, most likely they might have to go to the electricity company's office. But if there is a way within which this person can put in a formal request without necessarily stepping there, that is a win, because it will have saved time. But I believe to an extent it will also have saved cost. The next one, let's say manufacturing companies. Manufacturing companies tend to have a lot of staff at various levels, and in order to manage those those people, they are required to have systems that can ease their work. UX designers can come in handy to provide better experiences in form of recruitment, in form of staff management, or HR, let's say HR services. There are also things regarding circles within these companies. Since the staff members are quite many, they tend to join hands and put up certain saving schemes, and management of these schemes usually faces problems from loss of funds from certain members that have been given power over them. But if UX designers can come in and build some nice interfaces or some nice experiences that can benefit both the savers and the managers of the funds, then that is a problem solved. So manufacturing companies also require services of UX designers. Construction companies, construction companies do a lot of procurement. They deal with a lot of suppliers. Take an example of a road construction company, for example, dealing with fuel companies like Total or Shell. They deal with cement suppliers, they deal with aggregate suppliers, and so on and so forth. Quite a number of suppliers, including subcontractors who offer subcontracted services on sites. If they have a centralized platform that can help onboard these different suppliers and service providers, it becomes easy for these companies to onboard them the right way. But also it reduces on the costs of hiring experts and unnecessary managers to handle these particular people. Things such as payments of these service providers can then easily be done through these platforms, and also procurement of the much needed supplies necessary for the project can be done through these platforms. Then we have the leisure sector, comprising of hotels, events companies, tourism. There is quite some good subject matter there, because most of these industries rely a lot on first impressions. So website designers that can easily come and create better experiences that can easily help these companies onboard more customers. You'd find that if you have a tours and travel or a hotel company, and there is a certain group of people that want to fly in from the USA but do not want to spend a lot of money hiring local guides to scout out whatever accommodation facilities they can get into. If they have access to this website, they can do the entire booking while they are still in their home countries. So UX designers can provide better experiences that won't frustrate these people. And once these people are happy with the service, obviously they are going to recommend more people. So UX designers, that is something to look out to. We have media houses. Now, I'm very interested in this one because media houses traditionally one of their major business was printing and publication through the newspapers that they were, selling to the masses. They also had radio, then they had television. But right now, there are quite a number of changes that have happened in that industry in the way people consume information. You'd find that the number of people that used to read newspapers greatly reduced, and we do not expect it to rise. So there are different ways within which now information can be channeled towards the masses. You find that what they used to put in publications now can be put on websites. So they would require UX designers to build better experiences, adaptive to different media. And lastly, I thought about the police service. The police has quite a lot of departments. We are talking traffic, we are talking Interpol, we are talking, what else? Immigration? Not so sure. But in most of these departments, you are going to find out that there is a lot of paperwork, even in this day and age. So if digitization is required in the police service, then UX designers are going to be at the forefront of that. If probably you've passed your training at the driving school, and you're required to do your final test at the police station, you don't necessarily have to fill in a lot of forms. You can easily submit an online application, which will then be received at the police, at the relevant police office, traffic police office, and then you will be scheduled on a particular day for your final driver's test. And from there, you will be let know on when to collect your driver's license. That is the duty of UX designers, to provide meaningful experiences that won't confuse these people that require these services, but at the same time they will save a lot of time and resources on the side of police. Still under police, we look at again traffic. Imagine you've been stopped by police for violating a traffic rule, and they are now filling in a certain form such that you can be left with a copy, and so on and so forth. It can be time wasting, first of all, but at the same time it can be inconvenience, because in most cases that is also a way of, that also brings up another topic, which is bribery. A police person might tell you to provide them with something such that they can let you go off the hook, and usually the language they use is they need more money to buy more stationery. So if you digitize such a process, it becomes easier and straightforward as a process. If I've been caught in an offense, there is a fine I need to pay. So it's a certain form is going to be filled digitally that contains maybe my details as the driver and the details of the vehicle. Those details will be sent to the central database at police. So it becomes easy for police to collect its money through the fines using the digital systems that will be obviously whose experience will be designed by the UX designers. Well, we have come to the end of our discussion today. I just want you to look at the various sectors, various companies, various fields within which you think UX designers can be of use. And I want you to know that it's not always tech companies. There are quite a lot of things that need to be digitized. And for people to embrace this change, the experiences in these products has to be fitting. Thank you so much for listening in today. Those that haven't yet subscribed, I highly recommend that you subscribe. This is very useful to us because we are trying as much as we can to hit 1,000 subscribers. We also want to grow our community. to a level that can easily help us provide you with more value. So please subscribe, like the video in case it has been of interest to you, and also hit that notification button such that the next time we have another video up, you are the first to know. Thank you so much and see you in the next episode.